might remember this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Trevor Noah. He was named the new host of The Daily Show, and within 24 hours, he had some tweets that were uncovered. People felt that they were misogynistic or anti-Semitic or perhaps just not funny. Now, this is an area...
shocked.
What's that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is an area that we care a lot about here on the HuffPost Show. It's something that we're trying to do. Comedy that pushes the limits, comedy that goes too far. You know, we also saw Lena Dunham. This, you know, just at the end of last week, she wrote a piece for The New Yorker in which it was a quiz. You had to figure out, was it her dog or a Jewish boyfriend? She got a lot of pushback for that. So Tig, as a comedian, can you go too far? Is there such a thing as comedy that goes too far?
You're going to go too far with anybody. Anybody's going to go too far for somebody. I mean, I'm not and wasn't typically a boundary-pushing comedian. I think that when I had cancer and did my show, and then took my shirt off at another show. You know, to some people, that's too much. And even on my podcast this week, cancer came up, and our guest was like, "Now that's a topic that's not funny. There's no humor there." And it's like,
does everybody have that thing that's not funny to them? Like, laugh at everything except that one thing.
I think that is true, but it's going to be out there, and you make the decision if you're going to buy the ticket, go to the show, support the network, the host, and if you decide not, you should go spend your time promoting what you think is fantastic and put more energy into that, I think.
Yeah.
When people are, react because someone might have gone, in their opinion, too far, they'll probably push back. So, it just has to be a two-way street where sometimes you may push too far, but you have to understand when people push back that you've gone too far and lighten up a little bit.
Does it matter what race you are? Like, for example...
Of course it does.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, like he's 25% Jewish, and some of his comments were considered to be anti-Semitic. If he's... What?
Well, the question is, how Jewish do you have to be? Do you have to be Jackie Mason Jewish? The very few people are Jackie Mason.
Nobody's that Jewish, yeah. But
Lena Dunham's half Jewish. Trevor Noah's 25% Jewish.
Right.
I mean, how black do you have to be Chris Rock to do his kind of bits?
That's what I
mean, is that a component? You can only rag on your own?
There are traditions, I think, that really dominate there, and then people blow them up. So, people like Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy like that, they all had their little turn at blowing up some of these traditions and stereotypes. I think that's good, though. We go back and forth with that.
But I also think you have to consider people's intentions and the delivery and the... I think, I've seen plenty of comedians, different races, sexuality, gender, make fun of others, and in a way that, the intention is not...
It's a difference when you're sharing rather than putting somebody down, laughing at them. Sometimes people laugh at themselves,
I mean,
in ways that you can share. Being
gay, sitting in shows and watching other people make jokes, if they're not gay, it doesn't outrage me. It's either like, oh, well, that wasn't funny, like it was a poorly written joke. Yeah. I'm not,
Is funny the ultimate defense? If you're really funny, does that excuse everything? Is hackery the worst form of...
Absolutely. I think that's what I mean, is the intention and the delivery. It's like why it's all in the delivery. It's
nothing worse than being mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that sometimes...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think...
Kareem's going to be doing the touring company of Whiplash, right? Good job. The two worst words. Have you seen that with
the drummer?
Yeah, the drummer. Wow. Mediocre. Two worst words.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, what should the penalty be, right? If we agree that somebody did something bad, say because I think from Don Imus forward, the rule is just fire them, right? If somebody does something we find objectionable, everybody calls for their head. Should that be the rule?
I don't know. I think it depends on the person's motivation. Some people say things and aren't thinking, and they get slapped around very publicly and quickly, and then they learn something. It all depends on the person and just who they are.
I think that
how they handle it.
People can speak out of place, and I also think that people can change. I've seen so many people change. I know I've changed, and so I think if people make mistakes, you have to kind of look at Yeah, what their intentions are and what their history is. And
we're all, you know, a lot better than we were 15 years ago. Those
even 5 years. It's amazing how far we've come in 5 years, and you move things to a more evolved or politically correct place or accepting, and it's, you think back, well, it's because people have made these mistakes and you've had these discussions and you've been allowed to change. We're all changing.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click here for more videos.
And make sure to catch new episodes Friday at 9 p.m. on HuffingtonPost.com.